Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Poison Nakami here, me, myself, and I back at it again with another video, and today is going to be a character guide on the character Shino Aburame. So, Shino, obviously I would make a guide on this guy because he is literally my favorite character. Those of you who see my PTS Shino guide, he is much different from PTS Shino. A lot of what he does isn't really the same and quite different, so let's get into it right off the bat here. So what I usually do is look at their item set. So Shino's item set is very bland, you know. I mean, not bland, but it's actually pretty good. Excuse me. So he has defense down tags, 2 of them. He has defense up to pill, 2 of them, and 2 bombs. So the combination of this and this is pretty good. And also just the defense down in general is basically just like an attack up, basically, you know. It's just having a defense down tag on your team is very helpful. That's not what I want to do at all. Very good for your combos and introducing more damage as and when you can. Alright, so let's look into... Shino's a very basic character, and this will probably be a very quick guide, to be honest. But I'll show you why I like him so much. So, his 3 hits are very basic. They're very average. Unfortunately, if they were to block this on the 2nd hit, they can counter right there. But I don't use this very much. If you see me use it, it's because I'm literally just mashing to mash. He's pretty average in this aspect. What I do with Shino is I play him a lot differently to how I play most characters. A lot of people, when you Chakra dash, you mash circle instinctively because you want to land the combo. With Shino, you can do the same thing but with his square combo. And I'll turn on his block as an example. So you can do it. I recommend only doing it from air dashes. You can't actually do this from ground dashes, and I'll show you that now. Shino is too busy getting stumbled from the dash or whatever to actually land the insects. So you have to do it from the air dash because he then goes straight into his insects. So make sure that you're doing that. Make sure in the neutral game you're dashing and mashing a square. That's what you want to do. You'll see me do this a lot with Shino because I'm just so ready to mash square. Where most people, they'll dash in and, you know, they'll do this, which is not bad, but people are used to you doing this, so a lot of people will try and counter you, but they can't counter insects. So that's the good thing about Shino, is that, you know, he has insects that can't, you know, be countered. So when playing Shino, it's always good to do that. So let's go more into the neutral game of Shino. So with his neutral game, I've picked Shino, Shisui and Pain. This is actually like one of the main teams that I use with Shino because I just feel that these 3 characters, they work really well together in terms of like transitioning from one to the other in combos and just doing all types of crazy stuff in terms of damage and things. So with Shino and Shisui and Pain, they just work really well. So what I like to do is I like to summon Shisui, I like to dash alongside it, and, you know, just do something like this, and then just continue. Something like that. That's what I like to do with Shino. Another thing that I like to do with Shino as well is, I can't really demonstrate it too well here in training mode, but what I like to do is I like to dash in, have support unlimited. I like to use these. Sometimes, if people are desperate enough, they'll sub the Chakra insects, and I summon Pain. So what they'll do is that they will sub the Chakra insects and go into Pain. And they automatically get hit by Pain because it's like a guard lock, so they can't guard, like they're locked, and they get hit and they, you know, they get blown away. And it's a good way to get the starting damage off to a match to make sure that you have the health lead with Pain, or with Shino. So that's one thing I like to do. So yeah, let's go more into his combos. So as I've established earlier, his circle combo, very average. He doesn't have any infinites there. So like, you know, 1, no infinite, and then 1, 2, again, no infinite. And the 3rd hit, well, just knocks him away. That's just strike back right there. So what I like to do is I like to do his 1 hit, jump Chakra dash into insects. There we go, just like that. I had to do it a few times. But yeah, obviously you have to be quick with that. I think the fact I'm playing on 60 FPS might not help, but yeah, there you go. just one hit, jump in like that. That's actually a really fun thing to do. Or another way to do it is 2 hits, and then like that. Make sure you're careful not to move when you. There you go. You don't want to move when you hit him. So there you go. Get the confirm. And make sure not to move the analog stick here, because if you move it, then you could potentially whiff the insects. I don't know why he whiffs insects, but he does. So 1, 2, jump, chakra dash. That's one way to extend the combo. Another way to extend combos is to do 1, 2, down tag, and then up combo like that. And then if you're fast enough, I was going to say, if you're fast enough, you can try and get it with the defense down tag. But you can do that if you do it like this. Okay. I don't know why my switches ain't coming out. Okay, game's just not having it. I'm inputting too many things at once. But yeah, basically like this. There you go. So that's one thing to do. So another thing is infinites for Shino. So now that we've learned how to link one combo to the next, we can now do his infinite combos. So, sorry, that was his neutral combo, but basically, one infinite is 1, 2, 3 in his base combo. 1, 2, 3. You don't want to do 4 in his neutral combo because that'll mess up. So you just want to do 3. But yeah, the timing is a bit off. There we go. And a safer one to do is his up combo. So if you hold up, do the 4th hit, that then lifts him up like that. And then you can have them infinite combo like this. And then you can do this, and then what I do is I walk forward, and then I can do that, and then land an normal jutsu. So that's always one thing to do. Another thing that you can do with Shino is basically something like this as well. So if you want to readjust yourself, you can do this. And then do that. That's something I've done many times. So you can actually dash. Once he gets out of the frames of the insect combos, you can literally just dash in. Not like that though. So, but it's better to do it like this. Or one thing I've done in the past as well is something like this as well. Just walk forwards. Walking forwards is often like a good way to go about it as well. So I'll demonstrate again. So like you can actually change the pace of where you are, or like change the distance of where you are. So I can go just a little bit further back every time. Like so. Just take very small steps back to create distance. I've done this many times before. Just so that I know that when they sub and they try to dash me, I have enough reaction time to then counter them if they try to dash me. Or I can try and close in. So closing in is really good if you want to get in extra close. And then you get up to their face like this. And then get whatever else up you want to. So that up combo infinite is a lot better than the base 3 hits. Use the base 4 hits in his up combo, much better. So Shino does have a little bit of a gel. It's basically like 1 hit and then again. But that's pretty much about it. Like his 2 hits are okay. They did kind of give back his jail, but it's not as amazing as it was before. But if you're fast enough, you can do that. But then this also adds for a chance for 50-50s. So what you can do is 50-50s like this. You can do this and then do it again. And maybe again. And then boom. Insects. Because they might counter right there. So if they're going to counter, just do that. Or you can do this. And then go into this. You know, like, again, with 50-50s, you can literally mix up into Jutsu, Omajutsu, just insect combos, whatever you want with any character. Just make sure that, you're doing it sensibly, of course. Obviously, the jump has to be precise. But yeah, I do that a lot, and then I mix up into this. It usually catches people out. It depends on the player, and it depends on the choices that they make, of course. But yeah, that's one thing to do. So another thing I like to do is actually a little bit difficult, but it's really fun to do, is with Shino, sometimes I like to use his chakra insects to link one thing to another. So it looks something like this. Not like that though. The timing has to be very strict. I can probably do it off the first hit. Yeah. Okay, so it works better on this first hit because he's closer. So yeah, we could do that. So yeah, obviously don't go like trying to do the tilt off it because the tilt startup is very slow, so I wouldn't recommend doing that. But yeah, using his chakra insects to link stuff is good. But you have to be quick though, that's the only problem. See, I had to do a very quick ninja move, so what I do is this, ninja move, and then go down, but it's so hard, dude. Yeah, it's just sometimes not worth it. So sometimes it's better to do one hit, and then go into it like that. That's one way to go about it. That's only if you want to like mix it up. You can just do this. But yeah, it might be better just to do... there you go. Have like the insects rain down and continue the stun, and then you can get like a free circle combo off. But the timing is very strict, so guys, probably just try and practice that and get that down. Which also then leads me to his neutral state. So the neutral state of Shino is pretty good. So what I like to do is use these a lot because the tracking of these is very good. And they do travel kind of slowly, but they are very annoying to the opponent when they get up and close because they'll try to then like switch tech or they'll try to do something, and if the insects are close and they're about to touch them, it ruins the whole process for them and they end up wasting chakra. So just doing this a lot is really good. One thing I like to do is actually what I just demonstrated right there. So with the insects, I like to do this. Oh, that was very poorly demonstrated. I like to do something along the lines of this. I like to basically use it as like approach pressure, so I can approach a lot easier, like that. And then they're less likely to counter you, or you know, even they can't counter you at all because the insects are pressuring their block, and you can't counter when your block's being pressured because the game thinks, oh, you know, it's a combo on block. You know, you can't do that. So that's a free like combo on block, and then you know you can just continue to do whatever you want. So that's another thing with Shino, is to use his chakra insects a lot. Also, when escaping, you know, using these is very good. These insects are very similar to his chakra insects, it's just one less, because here you got like 4 of them, here there's only 3. But yeah, still very good. Good tracking on those as well. Really good to use. Another thing to do in this neutral game actually is... let me just show you. You can actually land the ultimate with Shino from range. So that's free for you to land. I think you can do his ultimate jutsu regularly. I'm not entirely sure though. Let's see. Nah, that definitely, he would definitely block that. So yeah, just use the team ultimate, I'd say, guys. But yeah, that's another thing with Shino. But yeah, that's pretty much Shino in a nutshell, to be honest with you guys. Like that's all of his best qualities right there. With Shino, I like to generally approach with Shisui by him and do things like that. Or I like to just do this a lot because the thing is, when you do the insects and as soon as they see pain spawn, they panic and they L2. But then they sub into the Almighty Push because they're subbing the insects because the insects are hitting them first. So they then sub into the Almighty Push, and then because they're guard locked because of the constant pressure from the insects making them sub in one place, i.e. where the Almighty Push is, then they sub into Almighty Push blows them away, you get straight back, you can do all sorts of tremendous damage. That's another thing. So his grab is pretty decent, like his grab is okay. It just grounds them though, it doesn't do any knockback. The range is pretty good as well, like from like about here we'll be able to land it. That's like max range grab. It's okay, it's not bad. I mainly use his grab when doing like combo pressure, so one thing I would recommend doing, guys, is something along the lines of this. Oh, not like that. There we go. You can do it from like a very good range, of course, because the problem is like when like your supporters are pressuring your opponent's guard, they push the opponent away. See, Stader was pushed like all the way to the back, but because Shino's got very good range, be able to get it. And they can't escape that because they're still in block stun from Pain's hit. So no matter how hard he would try, he won't be able to get away from that. You might be able to see him slightly move, but he's still in range of the grab's hitbox. So that's always a setup that I do with Shino. Or one thing I do is this. You'll see me, those of you who fight me, you'll see me do that a lot. So with this team, it's very good to do stuff like that. So in terms of his tilt is okay. It's not amazing. You can't land it off a Chakra dash. Sometimes I like to use it like up close like this, just to get them like pressured or whatever, and then it allows you to like attach like a combo. But generally the tilt is not fun to use. It is a good escape tool when you're being combo pressure, so if someone's comboing you, you can just tilt through the combo, and then what I do is that, or I'll do the full tilt and run forward like that. But the tilt is not really that good. If I want to show off the tilt and remind people, hey, I can do this, one thing I do is something like this. I'll do these combos. And if you time it right, you can then link the thing, because if you allow the tilt to hit fully, they can rebound. So if you do this, they can rebound. So this is bad, because if you do that and you wait, you can't really hit the insects properly. So what you want to do is you want to have it hit like that. It has 3 hitboxes, but I missed the first one, so it's 1, 2, and then if you time it right, it probably helps that I had him against the wall, but I'll basically show you in the combo. So in a realistic scenario, it'll look like this. 1, 2. That's a bad one. I'll try it again, boys. 1, 2, and yeah. So it's something like that. It depends on like a lot of factors, like how the stuns are working, the distance between you and then that person as well. I'll try and get an ideal one. There we go, that's an ideal one. They can't escape from that, and then that's a free reset into the insect combo. And we'll try and do it off Pain's combo as well. There we go. And then, boom. Easy clap. So that's one thing to do, using the tilt to reset into the insects like that. Not really much they can do. But other than that, there isn't any other uses for his tilt, because if you do his tilt like this, they just reset out of it, so it's not really ideal. So we'll get into his air combo. So his air combo is pretty good, and they've kind of like made it slightly better within the last patch, only slightly though, it's still not as amazing as it used to be. So his air combo is only 2 hits. So I was spamming Chakra Dash a bunch there to try and get some height, but basically that's what it is. It's a kick and a punch, and it knocks him away. And this is good because it does ring outs and it does strike back, which is why we have Pain. Shino, I would always recommend a strike back with Shino because he has so many things that does strike back. So his jutsu does strike back and his air hit. But I'll get into his jutsu in just a second. So this is good because it allows strike back. So what a lot of people do is because they don't like getting hit so much, you know, people don't want to get hit, they usually take both the hits and they'll sub, or they'll sub the second hit. If you're really high in the air, like, I'm going to have to give myself infinite chakra for this one, boys, because sometimes this happens, this scenario, but say, whatever reason, you can both get really high in the air. If he were to sub right there, where Shino is floating down, he's actually able to block. If they were to sub behind me, dash my block, because of how high I was on the ground, I can do a short hop punish. It's not a short hop, but it's the height of a short hop. So they then hit my block, and I'd be able to punish them. I don't have, like, I can't really do an example here because I need an actual person. But if you look at old fights that I use Shino in somewhere on my channel, you'll be able to find where I'm doing that. But yeah, at the moment though, guys, this is mainly good for getting strike back. So if I get the storm gauge up, you'll see that it's just good for this. And then strike back's good because you time it right, you can restart this again. I've got to make sure that the guard is on as well. That's another thing as well. So, how to juggle and reset properly with Shino. So, with Shino, he has juggles and resets, and they're actually sometimes a pain in the butt. So, if you do get like a thing off, sometimes you might lose them. Like, that's losing them. If you see you're comboing them too high, or you see that they're going over the back of your head, you're going to want to do something about that. And this is what you can do. You can switch, charge Chakra Dash, and wait for him to land on the ground. It's a free combo, because what Shino does is that he opens the guard up. His insect combo is like a guard opener. So it basically does this. You see that when they land on the ground, you see how he touched the ground and then he instantly blocked? Well, this means that you can actually link a combo with it. And then you can continue with whatever else. But ideally what you want to do so you can save resources is just do this. You want to wait the right time. Perfect timing. Oh, the wall messed me up. And then there's the wall. The wall is a pain. But basically, you want to wait for this, like so. And then, there you go. Confirmed combo. And then you can get your ultimate off. So there is that as well, guys. But yeah, let's get into his jutsu. So his jutsu is good for multiple reasons, and I love this jutsu. Probably one of my favorite jutsus in the entire game, because you can do it on the ground, which is okay, but he's very unsafe, because they can just sidestep around and then they can hit Shino where he's lowering his arm. You know, he's still very vulnerable. So I always do it in the air, because in the air he's a lot safer, because when he's dropping down, look at that, instant block. When you can see it, he's instantly blocking. The transition from him falling and blocking, he's blocking the whole time. So this means that he's safe, and Itachi has the same feature as well. So one thing I like to do is do this. Oh, no, not like that. I like to do this. So 1 and 2. And how I do this is if I step over here. Oh wait, no, over here. Yep. No, I need the camera angle in my favor. There we go. So I do this. So you either do that, or one thing I like to do, you know, to keep your thumbs active at least, is to do 1, 2, you know, so just by the act of double tapping X and doing a dash cancel, you can then you can cancel the dash cancel with jutsu. I feel so bad for Deidara. So basically, I do this, and I'll do this. One thing I like to do is this, go forward, do it inside the next one, step inside of them, and then combo pressure, like so. That's a really good thing to do. So one thing I like to do is just standing inside of it. This grants you full protection, so you can, if you want, you can just pressure their guard with insects like this, and do this. Or you can just do this, just approach with it. This forces your opponent to move back, and it forces them to play in a way you want them to play. If you want them to back off and you want priority of the space, Shino is good for creating that space for you. You know, we're gonna do that. And then do that. And then if you have camera priority, so, you know, you do that and you hide behind it, they can't see what you're doing. They don't see all of that. So make sure that you're using his jutsu correctly in terms of camera priority and things like that as well. Another thing I like to do is just to dash in and do that. And it hits on the ground, so then you can do that. And then you get a guard break. And then you're just messing up their entire day with setups. So Shino's combo is good for that as well. Another thing is I like to do is this. Oh. I like to do that. And then into that. I love doing that. Or another thing is I like to do this. And oh look, another set of insects. So jutsu spam is really good for Shino like that. That's always a setup I've done a lot. Like if I'm hitting them with this, you get the next one ready. and they get hit again. Now imagine if you had 2 strike backs. That's another strike back. This is why I love Shino. So yeah, I always do this. Now obviously this isn't very good against Sasuke's Inferno Fireball, because it will just tear right through it and it will ruin you, and then that's forcing you to move around. So Sasuke the Last and Rinne Sharingan Sasuke are like some counters towards Shino because of that reason, but this pretty much blocks at most other jutsus. Another thing is basically the pressure of his up combo. So as Mr. Air Force, if you check out his video, he actually teaches you how to counter Shino, and in his video he actually mentions how in between the 3rd and the 4th hit, so there to there, if you're blocking it, which he isn't doing, which is weird. Oh yeah, that reset it. There's actually a gap between you know what you can do. So you can actually move from the 3rd insect from the 4th, so you can just directional jump away, or you can just ninja move away. If you don't do this, and you know sometimes your opponents are so bewildered by everything that's going on, one thing I like to do is his up combo. So I like to do his up combo, and his up combo is really good. Do this. This is a bad stage to do it on, I think. It is. I'm going to change the stage a second. So on block is really good, because then you can do that. It's really good fun actually. I don't know why they keep releasing their block. It's so annoying when they do that. But you obviously need it to like actually connect. So I'll do this. No. There we go. So the full out combo on block actually guard breaks, which is good. But another thing is that it actually just combo pressures real nastily. And it's good, and it allows you to get close if they don't want you to get close. You know, if they don't think to ninja move out of the earlier sections, by the time you get to there, I mean, sorry, not by the time you get to there, that's when they're screwed, because then they can't escape from that moment on. So that's really helpful. But yeah, that's pretty much like the most of it for Shino. I can't really think of what else to say with Shino that makes him really good. Definitely use this a lot in the neutral game and hide behind them. And like I said, if you get like camera angle priority, then just use it to hide behind and literally just do whatever. And then you can land your team ultimate off of that as well, if you time it right, of course. So let's look at his awakening. Okay. So, this is his awakening, of course, and we're just going to take that away, the guard. So, his moveset is exactly the same. You know, like everything you can do in his neutral state, you can also do in his awakening state. As you can see. But he does have awakening actions. So awakening actions are great because you can cancel them. So, or you can cancel with them more so. So you can do this. And then a good thing about awakening actions is that you can cancel them with chakra dashes. Like so. So Shino is good because his chakra or his awakening actions, they take away their chakra. Makes Shino a very powerful character. And then you can just keep doing this like literally over and over. That's literally that. So that's what I would recommend doing is doing his infinites, and in between each infinite his insects come back faster. And just to prove that they can't block it. If you're like really far away and you land the insects, then you're gonna want to chakra dash. So like, One second, I want to open a map here. So you want to do this. There you go. You want to do something like that. That's basically what you wanted to do. But yeah, you can only cancel those with chakra dashes. But they do fit in naturally with his infinites. So yeah, they made his awakening very powerful, as you can see. So that's pretty much like the good thing about it. And then yeah, it's just he's pretty much the same everywhere else. Like his jutsu's still the same, and everything else is still the same. He just moves like slightly faster, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much Shino in a nutshell. Like, there's nothing else really like too much special to him. I'll try and catch him. Oh, I can't catch him. But yeah, that's pretty much Shino Aburame in a nutshell. I've pretty much pointed out everything as to what makes him good as a solo character, like on his own, and then I've sort of showed him like within this team, like the things that he can do. You can try and catch people off recovery with his insects as well. And yeah, this is just like the general overview segment of the video. Again, hide behind his insects a lot. You'll find that's very useful, especially with characters that have like Chidoris or fireballs or whatever. He's very good for that. He can be quite a defensive character, but his offense is also very good as well, you know, because he just has his air combo hit, and then he can do that off the recovery. Basically, Shino's a character where you can force them to run away with insects. You know, when in real life you show someone an insect and they kind of back off, Shino basically does that in this game. You show them the insects, they're going to want to back off. Otherwise, they're screwed. So yeah. That's Shino Aburame. Any questions or any further knowledge needed, just put it down in the comment section. Let's share knowledge, let's ask questions and learn more about the game. Thank you very much for asking or for watching this video more so. It's been your boy Poison Kami. As always, Jean Net.